Has your reader ever said something like, "Reading is boring"? Fiction can be the perfect way to get your reader excited about reading and get them to dream big. Pandamonia is a picture book that is full of big, fun words to read aloud. This book goes through all the animals at the zoo, the noises they make. When the treetops shake, the sloth starts to shuffle, which ends up creating a mighty kerfuffle. And remember, whatever you do, just don't wake up the panda. The Curious Case of the Missing Mammoth perfectly brings together fiction and nonfiction. It's all about Oscar and his friend Timothy the Mammoth as they travel through the museum to find Timothy's little brother, the missing mammoth. There are fun facts. You can open the books. It goes through different rooms in the museum, the flight room, and the dinosaur room even. I love cuddling up at the end of the day and reading Love You Who with my boys. It talks all about the adventures of Mother Owl and her baby owl throughout the day, and it is so sweet to read together. I'm a Dirty Dinosaur has been a go-to book in our house. It's got repetitive text. My son loves to make up actions to go with the words. Shake, 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 shake about the place. It's the perfect book for getting kids involved in reading with you. I Say Ooh, You Say Ah is a hilarious new picture book. It has specific actions for your reader to do throughout the story. There's just one more thing. When you see an ant, you say, underpants. My kids laugh hysterically when we read this book together. There's different parts where they're supposed to pat their head, say their name. The book really gets kids involved. Nibbles the Dinosaur Guide and the original Nibbles the Book Monster are two must-haves for your storybook collection. Nibbles is a book monster, and in this book he escapes his own story and he eats his way into classics like Goldilocks and the Three Bears, and he causes lots of mayhem in books like Little Red Riding Hood. I love seeing the connections my son makes when we read this story with all the characters from his other favorite classic books. You might be familiar with Jonathan James and the Whatif Monster. It's one of our best-selling books, and I love that it addresses topics that hit so close to home for my own kids. Things like being scared about jumping off the diving board, or scared to try new foods. At the end of the book, it goes through all the good things that can happen if we try new things and overcome our fears. Kitty Cat, Where Have You Been? Follows Kitty Cat as he travels all across the world. In this book, Kitty Cat goes to Rome. And I love that my 4-year-old is talking about places he wants to visit when he gets older. It's really encouraging him to dream big. A Tale of Two Beasts has been the perfect book for talking to my older son about other people's feelings. In this book, a little girl is walking through the forest and she finds a strange little beast. She thinks this little beast needs to be rescued. Then we get to part 2 of the book, which is the same story through the perspective of the terrible beast. It's the perfect way to introduce kids to the idea that there are 2 sides to every story. My son's preschool teacher loved Can I Join Your Club? Not only is it fun to make the animal sounds in the book, it also has a great message. Duck wants to join Lion's Club, but he gets denied because he can't roar. Snake doesn't want Duck in his club because Duck has wings and legs. At the end of the book, Duck starts his own club and he lets everybody in. It's a great book for introducing your reader to other people's feelings. In Boy, we meet a young child who is deaf. This book has been a great way to introduce to my kids that people communicate in different ways, and sometimes they use sign language to communicate. Boy is able to help resolve a big misunderstanding between a dragon and the king using his dancing hands or sign language. My mom has loved reading Grandma's Favorite with my boys. We also have Grandpa's Favorite. These books show grandparents with all different types of interests. It's the perfect book to read whether you live near or far to your grandchildren. After showing all the fun ways that kids can spend time with their grandparents, at the end it shows how they can communicate even if Grandma or Grandpa isn't close. Cuddle Bear's Book of Hugs is the sweetest story. I love snuggling up with my boys and reading it at the end of the day. This is the follow-up to our original Cuddle Bear book, and in this book, Cuddle Bear realizes that he's only one bear and he can't be the one to give all the hugs, so he starts his own hug academy. The bears learn to swim because even whales need hugs. They even put on their armor because porcupines need hugs too. You'll definitely want to get this sweet addition for your home library. Thank you so much for watching with me today, and I hope you found the perfect book to help your little readers dream big.